Hello and welcome to a new video. I thought today, since we are getting towards the end of the year, the last couple of months, I would talk about some of my end of the year reading goals. So number one, when I'm filming this, it is the end of October. My number one goal is to finish my Goodreads goal. I am on book, I want to say 76. Let me double check that. Fact check. When I upload this, maybe I'll be a little bit closer, but as of right now, yeah, I'm on book 76, so I'm 6 books behind my goal rate. My goal is 100 books for the year, so I have 24 more to read. When I say it like that, that sounds incredibly overwhelming. I have no idea how I'm going to make that, but that is my number one goal for the year, is I want to finish out my Goodreads goal. I do think I'm gonna have to pick up more comic books, more graphic novels, more short books in order to make this goal, but that's okay because that's actually one of my goals. I would like to read some more comic books. I feel like I haven't read many this year, and I think because I kept picking up books that, like, comic books that I thought, you know, I would like because it's a popular character or whatever, but I think I need to read more from the authors I know that I like for comics, so I might even actually just reread some of the Wiccan comics. That's probably at the top of my list for reading goals for comics, because I am enjoying his character so much in the MCU right now. I could actually scream, so that is definitely at the top of my list for reading goals. I want to read more comic books so I can finish my goal, but also just finish my goal in general. As we come into the end of the year, I definitely want to focus more, continue to focus more on series. That's what I've been really enjoying the last couple of months, is reading fantasy series and like reading them all together, which is something I haven't really felt like doing in a really long time, so I'd like to try and continue that. There are some series that like I have my eye on, but there's nothing super specific yet. I still need to like research and find. There are a couple that I'm interested in, like The Blood That Binds Us, that series, the vampire series. I would like to read Zodiac Academy. I've heard really good things about that. But just finding something that like really propels me forward and I'm like binge reading a series. I enjoy doing that with Carry On and with Crave so much that I'd like to like continue to do that. And just in general, I would like to read more fantasy books. I feel like for a long time I was not reading a lot of fantasy, so I very much would like to continue to read some fantasy, finish out the year with some fantasy, and as we get into like the colder winter months, I feel like it's just the time to be doing that anyway. So I very much want to read more fantasy books before the year is out. Sort of in relation to the winter, colder month reads, I would really like to read some Christmas books this year. I read a couple last year, if I'm remembering right. I don't really remember though. But there are a couple Christmas books I'd like to get to. Typically, I feel like Christmas books are going to end up being contemporary romance. Those are the ones so far on my TBR for the most part. The only one that is the exception to that, which is, I mean, it's still kind of contemporary, it's just like magical realism, is, I'm forgetting the name. It's the Sarah Rash book. It's about the sun. Oh, it's called The Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's like a Christmas character and a Halloween character, in a world that's, I think, kind of like Rise of the Guardians vibes, like where the holiday people are all real and interact with each other, and it's kind of like an enemies to lovers. That's definitely on my list, and I believe that's on Kindle Unlimited, so definitely want to read that. I have this book I ordered off of TikTok Shop, Christmas Land by Anne Marie Meyer. I think this one sounds really, really good. I'm very excited. This is a much more like wholesome Christmas story, but this one is being made into a Hallmark movie next month, so I very much want to pick this up soon, and just generally pick up a lot more like cutesy Christmas romance books. I think they're so much fun. It is actually my current read. I'm reading The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore when I'm filming this, and it is my first Christmas read of the year, so I am very, very excited. I am a very big Christmas person, so I can't wait to read more and get into that vibe. So that is one of my reading goals for the year. Another thing that I kind of want to aim towards doing, I'm kind of two minds with this. I would like to read more physical books or even more books on my Kindle because that's just what's been motivating me to read. But part of me I'm like, well, I want to read more audios because it's been so long, but I haven't been in the mood for audiobooks for a while. I've read very few in recent months via audio, and I think I probably should just accept that and propel forward and keep reading physical and Kindle books and have fun doing that. And, you know, when that kind of fades again, I'll pick up audiobooks again. But if I could read more books off of my shelves, that would be great. But I don't know if there's really many books on my physical shelves that are like at the top of my TBR right now. But that's okay. There's still other books that I really want to get to reading. There are a couple of rereads I really want to get to towards the end of this year as well. I think some people view rereads like a waste of time, but I just think that it is the best way to spend your time. Obviously, I always love reading a new book and falling in love with a new world, but I really would like to just get to some rereads towards the end of this year because they're just so comforting, and like, especially when they're books I really, really love. And there's definitely a couple that I want to get to. This one sitting here being one of those. I really want to reread Fangirl like as soon as possible. But just in general, there's a lot of books that are on like my reread list that I want to get to, and just get through some books that I love but maybe haven't thought about in a while. I think that those are just really fun to return to because, first of all, I half the time don't remember, and it's like I'm rereading it again for the first time. But I think there are just books that I think in this like cozy season, they're fun to return to because it's like returning home in a way. So I definitely want to get to some rereads towards the end of this year. In addition to wanting to read some more fantasy books before the year is out, I would like to pick up a couple more historical romances before the year is over, because I feel like I did read quite a few of them this year, but I just want to give some more love because it is like one of my favorite genres, and it really motivates me actually to write a lot more because I am attempting to write historical romance. So reading them like inspires me. So I definitely have plenty of them on my TBR. I got this whole section and the shelf below that you can't see filled with historical romances, a lot of which I haven't read yet. So definitely want to read some more of those. So kind of just in general, my reading goals are read more. But that, I mean, really, that's it. I want to read more books that I love, and give myself some grace in wanting to DMNF books, and I think maybe reading some, not necessarily just picking up like random books, like actually making conscious choices about the books that I'm picking up, because sometimes I'll just like scroll the library and just like click random things, and then I'm like, dang, that book was really boring. And I'm like, well, maybe if I had looked up a single review of it or like anything like that. I just want to pick more from the like books on my shelves and books that have like been on my TBR for a long time, and get towards reading those, and read 24 of them so I can make my Goodreads goal. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of just a casual chit chat, books I want to get to before the end of the year is out. As for an actual TBR, I don't know what it is. I just know I want to read some more fantasy. I know I want to read some more romance. I want to read some historical romance, and I want to read Christmas books. And that's that. So I hope I can get to my Goodreads goal. Oh, and I want to read more comic books. So I hope that I can get through all of this and make my Goodreads goal, read 100 books this year. And I hope I find more books that I really, really love, because I've been very happy with some of my favorite books this year so far. So I'm hoping to continue that tradition and find some more new favorites. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I upload like once a week or so, some booktube and other vlog type content. I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.